Wow, that direct was so amazing that I'm suddenly back making videos with zero explanation. Seriously, this was the most dopamine I've gotten for months now. So I'm just gonna go over all the stuff that interests me in a really haphazard kind of way because I've got a lot to talk about. So, who the heck expected Mario Strikers to come back? Like seriously, the rebirth of a dormant series is something that doesn't happen every day, and they make me incredibly happy. The style has definitely been toned down just a tad. Like, I doubt we'll have bratty diva Peach, or gritty non-Mario Fields, and crotch chopping. But this new style is a good compromise. Mario still gets to have angry face, and you still get to violently slam people into electric fences, so it's probably fine. Those super shots, though. Leave it to Next Level Games to find a way to implement the series' iconic art into the game itself. This is like the coolest thing I've ever seen. I noticed that the stages this time around are distinctly Mario themed, which is great because modern Mario sports games don't seem to do that lately. For some reason. And in this game, they seem to like merge together in the middle, so each side is a different location. We got Luigi's Mansion, Congo Jungle, Universal Studios Tokyo trademark. That's cool. The old team captain and teammate system is gone. Nothing but team captains this time. I gotta say though, the roster looks pretty small and kinda boring. Obviously every Strikers game has had unlockable characters, but so far the amount is small and the character choices are, like, typical. No interesting oddballs here. Since we have 8-player multiplayer now, a large roster of characters seems pretty important. At least customization will add some variety. But all that being said, Daisy isn't here, so that makes me think we haven't seen everything. They're not gonna have Daisy, right? That's like if Waluigi wasn't in Mario Kart. Oh yeah, right. Splatoon 3 is, Splatoon again. I'm gonna be honest, this seems a bit too much like COD. And I'm not talking about the fish. You know, it's just Splatoon 2, again. But with new weapons, maps, and campaign stuff, yada yada yada. I mean, Salmon Run being back is great. The new monsters are great. You can throw eggs now, and they made a big deal out of that for some reason. It just feels like the game is missing a big hook. And I'm not talking about a fish hook, haha. I just hope we get something big soon. Like, we don't even know what the new idols are. They're hiding so much, or at least I hope they are. Lightning Round! Oh wow, a massive kart racing crossover of Disney characters. This could actually be really cool. Oh, and it's a live service. I'm out. The Advance Wars remake looks about as good as I expected. Gotta say, they really went all out with the animations. And I'm pretty sure Max is voiced by Aaron Hansen.
You're gonna get hurt!
How dare you? Megalovania! Honestly, I've got an incredibly conflicted history with Three Houses, but if I could ever convince myself to play it again, I'd probably be hyped for this too. Three Houses is like a super good game, so I bet fans are going nuts right now, yet I don't have much to say about it. Lightning Round over. So, would you believe me if I said that I was super close to playing Klonoa, Chrono, Cross, and Livealive before this direct? I've been fiddling with Launchbox and emulators and was about to go sicko mode. But wow, all three of them are getting a remaster. That's statistically unlikely. I mean, Square Enix may be evil, and their president thinks you're an idiot for playing video games to have fun. But dang, obscure old RPG fans are eating well at least. I mean, Livealive? I literally never would have guessed that this weird old Japan-only JRPG would ever get anything, let alone a remake. I've heard both Chrono Cross and Livealive are phenomenal. They have massive cult followings and are extremely unique. I mean, Livealive might be one of the most insane JRPGs Square has ever made. Oh, and Klonoa. Oh, Klonoa. I haven't played the games yet, but I know the fans have suffered for so long. Seeing people react to this on Twitter is actually really heartwarming. I'm so happy everyone's happy. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about Front Mission. I've honestly never heard of this series before, but it's another niche retro game getting a lot of love. So I'll still consider it a massive dub. Good for them. Kirby. what can I say about Kirby? The world is such an amazing concept. The gameplay is the series evolution we've waited decades for. Bandana D is in it, and I love him. The big thing in this trailer was mouthful mode, which really gives me Mario Odyssey capture vibes. So, new abilities on top of the pre-existing copy ability system? That's a lot of abilities. Some of these mouthful things do look a bit, sus. I think I've been on the internet too long. Also, King Dedede has probably been brainwashed, cloned, and or tricked again. Dang man, you need to get a lawyer. They brought back the Wii series. Oh my god, they brought back the Wii series. I mean, Ring Fit Adventure and Clubhouse Games felt like successors to Wii Fit and Wii Play respectively. But like, this is it. This is the true successor of my dreams and it looks so good. Bowling, tennis, and sword fighting are back. And badminton, volleyball, and soccer look rad. And the world, I absolutely adore the design of it. It's like Woohoo Island. It feels like a real lived-in space that contextualizes all the games. You don't seem to be able to like directly explore it like Woohoo Island, but still. And the design, it's so good. It's like borderline solar punk, and that's like my jam. However, I am incredibly cynical, so here is my complaining part. First of all, a small reservation. I think Miis are kinda getting phased out. I mean, they're still there, but it's not the default, and it honestly looks kinda weird. Their proportions are kinda off. It's not a big deal, the new characters look cool, yada yada yada, but Miis are so integral to the series that it's a shame they feel like an afterthought. But a bigger problem is that the amount of available sports is kinda middling. The game has 6 minigames so far, plus golf later on. Wii Sports Resort, on the other hand, had like 12. And that's a low estimate, since a lot of the side modes of these minigames are practically their own minigames. Like they had dog frisbee and also frisbee golf, parachuting, and dog fighting. Not very similar. And while I'm sure this game will have plenty of side modes as well, like seriously, you better not leave out Speed Slice and 100 pins, that's still not up to Resort's level. That's why I hope this game is like an ongoing thing. They're adding new controls for the only announced side game so far, and golf is on the way. If they can add more from there, that'd be great. Like at least baseball, boxing, and archery, you know? Bring back Matt. So, they finally added Earthbound 1 and 2 to Nintendo Switch Online. I'm honestly just surprised that they aren't a part of the expansion pack to cover licensing costs. So, that's cool. Still, the inane rollout and bare-bones options still tick me off, but I've griped about that a bunch already. Hopefully Super Mario RPG gets in soon as well, but at this rate, Oh yeah, and they didn't port Mother 3. But don't kid yourselves, that's never gonna happen. Just emulate it and cry yourself to sleep like everyone else does. The Mario Kart 8 DLC is interesting, so we're getting a crapload of new tracks, and that's great. But they're all clearly ports from Mario Kart Tour, or designed to match that art style, so they all really look out of place. They're a lot less detailed than the base courses, and they don't have the semi-realistic sponsor-filled design that the others do. Even the ones that I don't think were ported from Tour look kinda ugly. On the other hand, I've always said that it sucks that all this content is locked onto a terrible, predatory mobile game, so it's good that it's getting some actual use in a real video game. And this remastering method specializes in sheer quantity. I mean, say what you will, but 48 new courses? Jesus Christ. This does beg the question though, why just courses? Tour has a ton of characters, costumes, and kart parts as well. If we're already importing some stuff, why not other kinds of stuff? Dixie Kong, yes? I don't know, it seemed pretty clear that this kind of thing wouldn't be a part of the DLC, but maybe we'll get a free update? Finally, last thing to talk about, it's part of the expansion pack, which kinda solidifies what that service is going for. It's like the Game Pass, but you get all of Nintendo's DLC going forward. Or at least, so far. If it encourages further support of games while also straying away from multiple stressful purchases and microtransactions, that's actually pretty cool and may even be a good deal. Like, I think the Mario Kart 8 DLC was partially made just to justify the expansion pack. Like, right? Why else would they take so long? It's a shame Nintendo is literally incapable of communicating with its audience about anything ever. An expansion pass that gives you all DLC and an ever-expanding, if painfully slow, library of retro games that doesn't reset every console generation. That would actually be pretty good. We'll have to see on both of those fronts, though. Xenoblade 3, I am losing my mind. This was the thing I'm the most hyped for. It has everything I ever wanted. The worlds of Xenoblade 1 and 2 have combined, and the story is actually a follow-up on both games. I can't even explain half of the references and characters that show up in this trailer because it could spoil, like, 3 separate entries at once. But wow. I do wonder why certain characters are seemingly trying to do a genocide, but let's not worry about that. Look at these character designs. They're so good. I love these mixed collations of all the world's races. The variety is great. And look at those Nappons. Hopefully we get a Nappon party member this time that isn't terrible, or have disturbing ethical implications by making a child fetish bot. And speaking of, I can't believe I'm gonna open this can of worms, but I'm genuinely glad that the women in this game look normal. And hopefully the attitude behind these designs carries over to the story beats and cinematography too.
Are her boobs gonna be in every shot?
I'm a bit self-conscious.
You're a bit self-conscious? Wearing that? Hold on, did they just bounce?
Xenoblade 2 was like astronomically horny. And not like in a cool Bayonetta way, but in a it's making it hard to take any of this seriously kind of way. Ironically, it turned a lot of people off to the game in general. You don't know how many times I've heard that. So it's good that the game looks like they took feedback into account. Xenoblade is legitimately one of my favorite game series of all time, and this looks like it's doing everything right. I am so happy right now, you have no idea. And yeah, that's about it. This was an S-tier direct. Like, it's so good. Good enough to get me to make another video for once. Hopefully the next one doesn't take 5 months.